Hey everybody, Mesmerized here, and it's unboxing day. Yeah, I found this lot of Pez from a seller in Brazil, and I just couldn't pass up the opportunity. Um, there's a chance that what's in here includes a vintage pony from Brazil. It's going to be a lot of 9 Pez, 8 of them are just commons, but there's definitely a vintage pony in here. Now, just because this thing came from Brazil doesn't mean the pony is going to be made in Brazil, certainly. But the color combination is at least plausible. Because if you look in the price guide, the Spina's guide here, there is known Brazil ponies that come with brown head, white mane, and red bridle, which is what this one is. But there's a bunch of other ponies that also come in that same color combination. And the pictures I got from the seller, they're just way too blurry to be able to tell. And I didn't ask for better pictures because the price was good enough that I was going to pay for the regular sort of common Yugo pony anyway. So might as well. I don't have pony in my collection, and it doesn't hurt adding one at that price. And why not take the gamble and see if we get something more rare? And even if it's a Yugoslavian pony, if you look at the price guide, there's these rare versions of the rubber mane Yugoslavian ponies that are worth even more than Brazil. Although I this is one of the cases where I actually think the price guide's probably undervaluing the Brazil a bit, $600 to $750. I think that's a little on the low end. It's probably more like 750 to 1,000. I could only find 2 or 3 pictures of any Brazil ponies to even start to compare things. I really just had to compare against the Yugoslavian ponies, where you can find hundreds of them out there. But I still couldn't tell, so that's why I'm excited about this. Not that it's the most valuable thing in the collection or the best, lowest price I've ever paid, but I'm excited because I have no clue whether this is going to be a Yugo pony or a Brazil pony or maybe even something else. I think there's 2 other countries that made ponies, USA and Austria, but USA never made a brown pony. At least it's not in the guides, so I doubt it's USA. Shouldn't be USA. Austria never made a brown pony on this yellow stem like the Yugo and the Brazil ones did. So it really shouldn't be Austria unless something's weird going on with it. Parts were swapped or something. But it should be, it's probably either going to be Brazil or Yugo. And I couldn't figure it out, even after looking at dozens or hundreds of pictures of Yugo ponies. I'm just not a pony expert, and even trying to tell with the blurry photos I had, it just wasn't really possible to do it. So I don't know what I've got, but we're going to find out together. We'll either see the excitement or the, it's okay. But it'll be cool either way. It's always entertaining. It's part of the point of Pez. Let's see how to get rid of this guy without destroying everything. Yeah. Let's cut away from the pony. Let's not destroy him. So to really be able to tell the difference between the Yugo pony and the Brazil pony, we're going to have to look carefully, closely at the stem. I just couldn't see in the pictures. The Yugo will either say made in Yugoslavia, or it'll have a patent, 3.4 patent. The Brazil pony would have nothing on there. So we got some other Pez here for sure, but just kind of commons. Although I didn't have all these in the collection, but sure, these other guys are worth $1. Who is that? Velma? Someone? Scooby-Doo? I should know. I used to watch Scooby-Doo. Okay, let's look at the pony. What the heck is it? At least it's got all its parts here. Holy cow. I think we managed to do this. I don't believe it. Wow. Okay, this is not a Yugo pony. Good Lord. Okay, well, we pulled this off. I guess the technique worked and the gamble paid off. This looks to me like no country, no patent pony. There is nothing there. Wow, and this guy's got all the parts. The three that I found online, um, wow, they one of them didn't have the main at all, and still sold for $100 or something. Um, okay, I'm surprised here. I really thought this was going to come out as a Yugo pony in the end of things, but yeah. So okay, so Brazil, they typically didn't mark their Pez with any made in country or any patent number like you get your all your other Pez. Now here you can see this one's made in Hungary. There's just nothing on the Brazil pony. Wow. Um, yeah, now some Brazil Pez, they mark them with an etching down here that said Industria Brasileira, but I've only ever seen that on trucks and on the Disneys. It seems like maybe Disney, as a license thing, made them put that on there because when Brazil made all their other stuff, they just didn't mark them. So Brazil makes other dispensers that are non-licensed, like Yappy Dog and Chicken Egg. I want to say Fatty or Bunny, Panda, a handful, not many, and they just didn't mark the stems at all. Wow, this is impressive condition too. Goodness. Usually when you get stuff, at least I'm used to getting. I don't have any Brazil stuff. Never had anything in the collection. I just sort of thought of a technique that might find one, and it happened to pay off almost immediately after I got that doctor. I sat down and started looking for the next thing, and I was like, let me try something. Wow, that's cool. All right. Not only that, but looks like the inner seat. I mean, the head's not even broken. Yeah, when I get the Mexico stuff, it's usually pretty beat up. It tends to come from people who find them from old estate lots that kids played with them. This looks like it's got the springs. It's got the head spring. The mane is fully down at the pegs. Wow. Okay, well, this was an amazing find. Yeah, there's not going to be any IMC, nothing. So one other note about Brazil stuff. You can get confused with made in the USA stuff because USA made these same type of stems where they didn't print any country or patent on them. It seemed really weird, but apparently they sold them into Canada. But like I said, USA never made a brown pony, and then the plastic is just not the same like this. We'll do a deep dive on that later. I can compare the plastic and the font of the USA stuff to this stuff, but this I'm certain now is Brazil. That is crazy. Inner sleeve, button. Wow. Amazing. All right. There you have it. Great unboxing. Get out there and collect some Pez and get yourself a Brazilian while you're at it. Yeah.